Let's get straight to our big story here. Firefighters really have their hands full this afternoon. They're battling essentially two fires burning at once, both in the north rim of the Grand Canyon. Those two wildfires burning at or near the park's north rim include the White Sage Fire and the Dragon Bravo Fire. These fires have ripped through nearly 55,000 acres of land so far. The Dragon Bravo Fire, which has burned more than 5,700 acres within the park, destroyed dozens of structures, including the historic Grand Canyon Lodge, the only hotel inside the national park at the North Rim. About 35 miles north, the White Sage Fire has torched about 49,000 acres of land and triggered evacuations across communities near the Utah border and the Grand Canyon's north rim. According to authorities, lightning strikes ignited both of those fires, and a combination of strong winds, low humidity, and high temperatures fueled those flames. But let's get back to that destructive Dragon Bravo fire that's prompted evacuations. Joe Dana is at the south rim of the Grand Canyon, where hikers and tourists are being forced to change their plans. Joe.
Even when we're throwing everything at a wildfire.
Tram, this is the world famous gateway to the Grand Canyon, where you have the Bright Angel Trail. Behind me, normally you would be able to see the Grand Canyon back behind these trees here in the forefront, but it is very smoky this afternoon. Both of these fires you mentioned are sending smoke here into the Grand Canyon. The Dragon Bravo fire is burning about 11 miles north of us. Now, tourists and travelers from around the world are still showing up here. They have limited visibility, though it was better earlier in the day. And of course, the canyon is still spectacular. But I can tell you, most of the trails here are either closed altogether or they're limited. So people can go partially down the Bright Angel Trail. There are a few other side trails here on the rim, but the trails on the inner part of the canyon are all closed because of the concerns about smoke. The head of the management team here in charge of this fire tells me that it was a combination of some very difficult elements. He says that the terrain combined with hot, dry conditions caused the fire over the weekend to run fast up the north rim.
When that happens, we can have catastrophic fire behavior, and then at night, when you get those winds, you got less people out there at night as well, because we don't like putting firefighters out in these conditions. There was nothing they could do.
It affects your entire sense of nervous system, your well-being. I'm constantly worried about air quality, and then I come on a trip and I'm worried about air quality while I'm trying to relax.
Kelly Osterholt, who you saw there, and her family, they endured the LA fires in January. Her 11-year-old son was supposed to be on a rafting trip before the fire broke out at the North Rim. He's still scheduled to take a train ride with a group of other kids, but no rafting. That was canceled. The fire, as we mentioned, it has burned about 60 to 80 buildings at the North Rim development over the weekend. Not just the lodge, but an emergency hub, a water treatment center, cabins, and apartments for workers are just some of the structures that burned. We are told 3 helicopters are dipping into the Colorado River to bring water to fire suppression efforts. We can hear the helicopters in the background here as, again, we see all kinds of tourists come through here. They're still able to do the mountain biking along the rim, do some shorter hikes, but it is sort of a combination of obviously the grandeur of this place and the awe, along with the concerns and the fears about how much bigger this fire could grow, and of course all of the natural resources that are being threatened right now. The good news is that no injuries to firefighters, we are told, and everyone has been safe up to this point. Tram?
Yeah, Joe, it really is surreal just to see that view from behind you there. I mean, the video that we saw earlier, it seemed a little bit better, but right now, just looking behind you, it looks even worse. I mean, visibility, all you see basically to the left of you is just pure white smoke. That is just astounding and really sad to know that, the historic Grand Canyon Lodge, that has been destroyed. So many essentials for so many people who live up there, the cabins, the places that people work, that's been destroyed as well. Just really, really astounding.
Yeah, just to make sure we specify too, it's the North Rim Lodge that was lost. It had been rebuilt in the 1930s. Here on the South Rim, again, which is where you get about 80 to 90% of overall tourists to the Grand Canyon. Here it's just the smoke is the story, right? And we've even seen bits of white ash here, and we're 11 miles from that fire. So yeah, here it's about the smoke and the ash. But again, besides that, you know, everyone's doing their thing. It's just the concerns many miles away from us.
Yeah, just so sad. All right, Joe, thank you. And the White Sage Fire, let's talk about that one. That continues to grow as well. It's now burning more than 49,000 acres near the Grand Canyon. That fire, again, sparked by lightning back on July 9th. It is 0% contained. Crews are facing extreme conditions, including triple-digit heat and strong winds as they work to protect homes and wildlife in that area. Mandatory evacuations remain in effect, and the North Rim of Grand Canyon National Park is closed for the rest of the season. Fire officials say containment efforts are ongoing, but it could be days before they gain the upper hand. And with multiple wildfires burning across Arizona, Lindsay, we know weather plays such an important role. What are firefighters up against?
Well, we have some heat, obviously, not as hot as what we're experiencing down here in the valley, but still pretty warm up there. You saw the visibility from Joe's live shot. This is another vantage point, webcam there. Right now, we do have a few showers in the vicinity, and we'll keep that chance for another hour or so. Nothing severe, so that's good news, but some light showers around the Grand Canyon this afternoon. And also some good news, rain chances will begin to go up. So this could help firefighting efforts over the next couple of days with more widespread showers and thunderstorms each day, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. Those are going to be our best chances, and then it goes back down again for the weekend. Here's our hour-by-hour forecast for tonight. Scattered clouds, temperatures are in the upper 80s, dropping off into the 70s, and tomorrow mid and upper 80s expected with a few afternoon storms. But again, wind gusts 2 to 6 p.m. tomorrow. We're looking at 20 to 30 mile-per-hour gusts in the area. Tram.
Which is really going to hamper a lot of those firefighting efforts. All right, Lindsay, thank you for the latest on fire conditions and wildfires that we're tracking for you. Download the 12 News app. All you have to do is scan the QR code right there in front of you, and it'll take you straight to our wildfire coverage page.